Hey everybody, welcome to Full Purpose and Heart. My name is Kaylin, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about 3 resources that I've just put up in my Teachers Pay Teachers shop. So those of you who are coming here from Teachers Pay Teachers, then you can get an idea of what these resources are. And if you're finding me from any other platform, then you can learn about these resources and then head over to my Teachers Pay Teachers shop where they're available for you to have for your schoolroom. So the 3 resources that I want to share with you guys today, I have my spelling menus, my reading logs, and my student checklists. So if you want to see a little bit deeper into what these resources are and how you can use them in your classroom, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I'm gonna make this really brief so that if you're here for any one of these resources, you can get an idea of what it is that the resource is and how you can use it. So the first one I wanna talk to you guys about are my spelling menus. I created this menu for my 2nd grader after I went to a conference where I went to an actual spelling class of how you can use spelling strategies for your student. I was really tired of just using only the activities that I was finding in the curriculum books that I had. I wanted something to kind of switch it up a bit. So now I give this to my student. He has it in his daily learning notebook, and 3 times a week, he gets to choose any activity that he wants on his spelling menu. I have 9 here, so depending on the week, sometimes we only do 2, but he will eventually complete all 9 of these over the course of the whole month. Now, depending on how you want to do your spelling, you can just do the activities Monday through Wednesday, and then Thursday do kind of a fun spelling menu activity. But what I've done is I've incorporated a lot of these learning activities that I learned from the spelling master at this conference into these activities. So, for example, one of them is to, write all of your spelling words in the air with your finger. So that's kind of a fun one. Some of them are to use flashcards and to actually hold the flashcard up. This was one that the spelling lady gave us to hold it up here. Above the left side so that you have to actually look up and read it. And that does something to help your brain do it. So there's some of those. There's one where you can just whack a word. So you get a foam noodle or something, and then you can either hit, I have my kiddo hit me on the legs, but they can hit the table or the desk or something like that. Anyway, write with dot letters, drawing some leaves. Anyway, so there's lots of different ones, and they are all themed. I got this from another Teachers Pay Teachers shop, so they're all themed on the top, and then the actual activities are themed as well. So this is available, number 1. Number 2 are my reading logs. So I have reading logs for my kid for each quarter, and we just like to track which books we have read together as a read aloud and which books he read by himself. It's just fun, especially at the end of the quarter. He can look over and see what he's done, and then at the end of the school year, I can put them in his portfolio, and we have a record of what it is that he has accomplished in his reading over the year. Now, along the side here, I have reading goals. So we actually talk about what reading goals he wants to achieve, whether it's pages read or a particular series he wants to start or finish or anything like that, just some reading goals that he has. And then we just go down and write all of the books that we have been reading. Sometimes sometimes I will print 2 of these, and on the top I'll just write read aloud. So we'll have a class set that I'm reading to them, and then sometimes I'll actually just write the read alouds in the log, and then I'll just write read aloud in there. So anyway, this one's also available. There are 4 pages. You can get them. They have boys on the top, and then I have 4 with girls on the top too, so that if you have girls that you're teaching, then they can have girls, or boys if you want to do it that way. Okay. The last one that I want to share with you that I have in my shop is my my student checklist. This is something that I have utilized in my classroom for years now, and I got it originally from somebody who no longer provides it looking like this. It's much more simplified. So because hers doesn't look like mine anymore, I've decided to offer it to you guys, and you can just print it off. Now, what I've done is I have all of my subjects listed here. When you get it on Teachers Pay Teachers, all of these will be blank. There are a couple of copies here, so you'll have one that's totally black and white, and then there's one that doesn't have any of the actual color here. It's just white straight across the bottom and white straight across the top. And then I have one that has these colors on there because I like color, and if you like color, then maybe you're gonna want it too. So what the colors represent is the actual tabs in my students folder right here that you can see, okay? So I have red, orange, yellow, green, and blue. And then right here we have red, orange, yellow, green. And I used to have this in blue. I believe that online it's still blue. But I just barely updated these and we don't have blue anymore on ours. But anyway, so it's red, orange, yellow, green, and blue. This way, your student will be able to see what work they need to complete behind each tab. These are subjects related. So I have like English, math, spelling, you get the idea, right? And so then you can write in your students' subjects, and then they can just like put the check marks in there, okay? Now, here's a little trick for those of you who are a little bit computer friendly. If I also have, as a part of that purchase, most of these come in PDFs, but I also have them in a JPEG format. So if you would like, you can open a word processing program that you have and import that JPEG, fill up the whole 8.5 by 11 page there on your computer, and then just use text boxes and just create text boxes, and you can print these, have them printed in your favorite font, have all of your subjects, and then you can print off several weeks at a time without having to write in the subjects week after week after week, okay? I also have like on mine, these things that are constantly the same. So for like reading, I put 15 minutes. For the English too, you can see I just put like lesson. This is the good and the beautiful, and then I put the page number underneath. So those things that are constant, you don't have to continually rewrite every week if you use that text box trick by putting it as a JPEG, just as a picture on your word processing program. I use Photoshop. It's the easiest for me, but you can probably do it on any program that you're really familiar with. And you can kind of tweak it to make it work for yourself. So anyway, those are the 3 resources that I have available on my Teachers Pay Teachers shop. Hopefully you find this helpful to add to your classroom and help with your organization and your record keeping that you have going on in your side of the mountain. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys, for subscribing to my channel, and for following me on Teachers Pay Teachers. Your support really encourages me to keep providing this kind of value for you, so I appreciate all that you do for me. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys, and we'll catch you in another video. Bye!